Hello, this is Monday Let's Get Nuked. I'm thirsty once again, and down there. Hey, I got it that time because yeah, it's good. Here are my wonderful players. And look, they're all here. It's been a while, but we managed it. Schedules, lives, they're complicated. Who knew? I mean, you read about it on Twitter all the time, but hey, this is us. Great. Lost train of thought. All right.
Crashed.
Train of thought?
Yeah.
Crashed.
God damn you. This morning at Nuked, we will be playing Nuked, which is a setting of the Spiced system, which was written by me and that one and the one all the way over there. And to be fair, kind of all of us in a way. But yeah, Bloodthirsty Puppets, that's us. And before we go galloping on into other things, folks out there in chatland need to know the rules. The rules are very important, and someone else will tell you them. Who shall tell them this time?
Don't be at all about someone's race. Don't be at all about someone's gender. Don't be at all.
Or a screwdriver.
Especially a screwdriver.
Especially a screwdriver. Who would want to be a screwdriver? Apart from someone who wants to be used as a shiv in a pinch. Head first or feet first? That would be the question. Anyway. That's a very different take on Shakespeare. Anyway, so there we go. That's who we are. That's what we'll be doing. So I suppose next is, who the hell are we? I've said who I am. So I think maybe we should throw ourselves all the way over to the other side of this wonderful overlay and appeal to the individual that goes by the name of Brass Viking.
That would be me. Hello, I'm Brass, and tonight I'll be playing as Corporal Boot. At least I think it was, and is. Yep.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes, it is. Now, can you tell us something about Corporal Boot that's not on your character sheet?
Well, that's going to be an entertaining one. That isn't on my character sheet at all. I'll go on then. There you go then. He's not actually a corporal. He just borrowed a corporal's jacket, and he's no one's put him up on it really, so he's just carried on.
Okay, that's a good one actually. How does he take his tea?
In a mug.
Perfect. There we are. Right. Next up, Young Tech.
Indeed. I am Tech Puppet. Hello. I will be playing Sneek today, who is the sneakiest of all sneaky people, and also quite intimidating.
I feel like one of those statements is true.
He's intimidating enough to make people agree that he is sneaky.
Yes. That sounds far closer to the truth. So, what can you tell us about Sneek that's not on a character sheet and has never been revealed ever before?
He has a red bandana that was given to him by a young human.
I think we knew he had a red bandana. I think that was the first thing you told us about him.
He does.
It was given to him by a young human. Okay.
Yep. That he didn't kill.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we are. That's so, there is a soft side to this dangerous maniac. Excellent. So there we are.
He also sometimes misses with stun bricks. So.
Does occasionally miss with stun bricks. But sometimes it's not missing, it's psychological warfare.
It's not missing, it's giving you a warning shot.
Yeah, it's suppressing fire. But yeah, there we are. We now know that about young Sneek. Spanners, who shall you be playing tonight?
I am playing Snack, who is potentially a little bit sneakier than Sneek. Not as intimidating.
Lies and slander.
Has been known to actually sneak on occasion. and successfully do it, although not often. Wasn't great at the whole imbibing of alcohol. And something we don't know about her is that despite her lack of vocabulary and intelligence and general understanding of the world around her, she writes poetry.
Huh. You see, that's lovely. So, lovely little detail. So yes. And last but by no means, we have our returning player of long absence.
Yeah. I'm Lilth. I'm actually at home and not in a hotel room.
And don't you dare tell people who you're playing tonight.
Oh, I wasn't planning to.
Excellent.
We will find out.
That we shall. So, here we are, together once again. For those of you who are aware of linear time, I shall ease us back into what was happening, because it's been a while and your characters did a lot of drinking and not a lot of fighting and things like that. So, you know, maybe your recollections are a little soft. So, we find ourselves this glorious evening in the town of Hazzle, in the northwest of the Desolation, deep in post-gen territory, where Corporal Boot with privates Snack and Sneek were having their dinner, I believe it was, on top of a hill, eating. Was it a pig or no? It was eating a badger.
Badger.
Eating a badger that you were roasting on a railing of some kind.
An oily bar.
Yes, an oily railing, which you then ripped out the ground later, when you witnessed some vehicles going into Hazzle, which is, well, not to put it too finely, just damn well not on. And this is your territory. How dare they? So you went to investigate, and being that you were 3 hulking monsters running down a hill, you quickly got spotted and they left a rear guard, which you
Sneaked on.
I was going to say, yeah, you snuck up on, and I think in sequence, terrified, eviscerated, and
No, the first
intimidated.
two I just stuck up on and killed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
That was it.
yeah.
Incredible show of lucky critting.
Yes. Yes. It was pummeled, terrified, intimidated, eviscerated. That was it. Yes. And then when you tried to follow them into the town after regaining your wits, and waiting for commands, you discovered a building that Boot recognized as a pub. A very suspicious building that definitely needed more checking out. So you sent Sneak round the back, while Boot and Snack went in to investigate the large figure they saw inside, which turned out to be Snack's reflection in the mirror behind the bar. You then discovered a pack of pork scratchings, and you stole 15 bottles of a very special kind of beer.
I beat up a cellar hatch as well.
Sneak took a spelunking detour through the flooded out beer cellar and discovered amphibian creatures that had evolved in a high alcohol situation before escaping. So yes, you then chugged down. Oh, Sneak and Snack then proceeded to chug down 5 bottles of extra strong special beer, fighting juice, and Boot once again in his typical lackadaisical and inimitable style pointed them towards the tracks heading to the west and yelled, "Sod it!" So there you are, heading once again to the west, following the tracks of the people you were searching for. So yeah, there you are. Yes, Sneak and Snack feeling quite sort of up for a fight, possibly even a little paranoid. You know, you're absolutely fucking sure that you're the best things, since sliced bread got toasted, and everyone else knows it and is fucking jealous. You're at just right. You're prepped to give someone a slap, or a stun brick right in the face. And how's Boot feeling about all this?
Yeah. Looking forward to getting out there and smashing some stuff up. Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, you head off out of the pub, which I think we deduced was called the White Swan. And it's not in real life. I actually checked on Google Maps later, and it's not called that at all. But hey, that's what imagination's for. So yes, you've wandered off. You're heading once again down the road to the west, where you can see, I believe, enormous tracks from the larger vehicle that the smaller bikes were following. Whereas the bikes have sort of spread out through the ruins. So what tracks are you going to try and follow? The bike tracks, the big furrows in the road? You're just going to spread out and look around generally?
I'm going to spread out, trying to follow the deeper tracks.
Okay.
These appear to have been outriders for the larger vehicles. So yeah, ultimately would have been after that, but we're going to spread out in case they've laid ambush.
Okay. So how do you enunciate this very well thought out plan to your
so I've got to turn it down.
yeah,
Currently I'm
underlings.
going west because you said sod it and pointed west, so I went in that direction.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a think about this here. How shall we enunciate this one? Yep, I'm complete blank at this point. Okay. Stuff I'm not good at now. Right, okay, hang on. Thinking juice.
Yep.
Right,
Use the thinking juice.
I've got to use that thinking juice. Right then, hold up. Follow the big tracks, the deep ones. The smaller things are following that one.
Mm-hmm.
Spread out in case they're hiding.
Okay.
I'll spread out far enough that I can't see them anymore, and then guess at which direction they're going in.
Oh, okay.
Every now and again, glancing over and going in the whatever direction you're looking in.
Ooh. There's an overlay element that's too small for me to read.
Ooh.
Oh.
That would be Corone has just given player
Yeah.
a legendary point. Thanks, Corone.
Yeah.
Player
What player
approval.
do you
half of
intend,
player.
Corone? To wait to see how Corone answers on that one. But yes, in the meantime, while we're waiting for Corone to... Oh, it's a drum roll.
Ooh.
Come on. See, I wasn't sure if that Stream Elements thing was working, but hey. Maybe I should disable it. For Lil. For waiting so very patiently, I assume.
Good.
Yes. Right. So you're about to enunciate to your brave associates what your plan is. You've just told us in the manner of an intelligent human. How are you going to relate that to these folks?
Okay.
Yeah. Or is sod it all you're getting?
That works pretty well, to be fair. Sod it in a direction is pretty much what we go with.
Okay. Sod it. Follow the deep tracks. Spread out a bit.
Okay.
At which point, Snack is going to start walking along the deep tracks and do this.
Okay.
Herding cats would be easier.
Yeah. Right. So yes. Yes. Sneaker squad. Spread
played.
out and follow the tracks by inhaling deeply, squaring off their elbows at 90 degrees, and walking down the tracks as stealthily as possible. Right, we shall cut at this point across to young Lil. So,
Stuff.
young Lil, you. You become aware of a point of light a great distance away. And as the point of light grows larger, you start to hear sounds. Initially, sort of a beeping sound, and some mumbling. And you hear a sort of a squeal, and you can... At this point, you start to become aware of your body, and you feel a tug on your left side. You sort of feel pressure rather than any sort of location or pain. And the point light keeps getting larger, and the sounds get louder, and you slowly become aware of the shape of a person standing over you. And they're wearing a sort of battered, stained grey jacket. And there are some sort of brownish splatters on it. And they're leaning over you from your right side. And they're doing something that's outside of your view to the left. And as you lay there, you become increasingly aware that the extreme right-hand side of your... the extreme left-hand side of your view is your nose. Like, you can't see out of your left eye. And as you start to sort of return to full consciousness, you just feel hungry. Overwhelmingly hungry. There's nothing else in your mind. All you feel is hungry. This thing standing over you is hurting you. Whatever else it might be, it's warm and it looks to be made of meat.
I reach up, I grab it, and I try and bite it.
Okay. You tense, and you can feel pressure pushing against your chest. And you swipe up with your left arm. And you notice that it stops at the elbow. You take a few moments to just sort of look at the brownish stump. This person standing over you lurches back, and he makes a noise. It's a really annoying noise. And he places one of his... It places one of its hands on a tray of shiny objects.
I try and hit it with my right hand.
Excellent. Well, give me an RCC.
That is a 14.
Nice.
I think.
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
Should do the fun thing that we never end up doing anymore. Yeah. You smack this person a cropper in the chest. And as you do so, you try and grab them. Some small spark in the back of your head is panicking, but the rest is just angry and hungry. And as you try and grab this person, you just rip a small chunk off of their belly.
Oh,
And
I
you're
eat
left
that.
holding a chunk of delicious-looking meat.
Oh, I eat it.
Excellent.
Straight in.
Excellent. Straight on in. Nom 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 nom. Its noises are really annoying now. You feel almost immediately sort of stronger and better. You feel exhilarated.
I try and get up again and lash out again with my right hand.
Give me a strength. Breaking loose.
That's 13.
Yes. Hell yes. All of the yes. Yeah. Yeah. You strain against these like cloth bonds. To a civilized mind, this is clearly a surgical table with some bands like improvised over it to hold someone down. But you wrench yourself up with such force they just rip off the bed. Like they're still fastened to you.
Mm-hmm.
You now have some rather attractive streaming like bands of fabric.
Bolted into the flesh. I think.
Yeah. It's more sort of buckled on. But yeah, you're up. This person now is making a really annoying noise. It's almost a mewling noise. It's just irritating. It's so weak. It's pathetic. And it's screaming. Its face is leaking water.
I grab anything that comes to hand and hit it with it.
Yeah, you reach out and grab the tray of silver implements, and you crack them round the head with it. The noise stops.
Awesome.
The annoying noise, that mewling, that screeching mewling noise stops. As you sort of you're still hungry.
I chow down.
Trigger warning, cannibalism. Sorry, guys.
Fresh meat. Sorry.
Yummy. So yes, yeah, you start eating. you hear more noises, more prey sound, from outside of a hole in the wall of this space you seem to be in. You see prey standing the other side of this hole, and one of them makes that horrible noise again, and slams closed some kind of shutter, and a horrible wailing sound starts. Right, guys. Excellent. Thanks, Karan. Give bloody legendary points to the cannibal. But yeah, there we are. So, rest of you guys, you're making your way through Hazzle. You're wandering down what was probably the main street at some point. You can see a large, almost cavernous building. It was probably called. It was probably quite high end at one point, but all you can see is. Well, can any of you read? Is
Yes.
the more important question.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you can.
Please ask.
Yeah, you can make out the letters TROS. It clearly was at one point a far longer word, but you can just see TROS. TROSE. TROS. And from within this building, a fucking horrible wailing noise starts. It's also echoing. It's a real prolonged wail. It's not the sort of noise that could come out of a person. Yeah, this is clearly some sort of mechanical siren being sounded. The tracks you're following seem to go round the corner of this building. They might just go round to the back.
Oh, look at the boss.
It's going to sort of signal it's coming close.
I will go with you.
Snack, have you noticed at all? Or
Yes, she's going to sort of go sideways towards the wall. And wait
Okay, yeah.
wait for further orders.
I'm just going to sort of point to Snack to indicate sort of sneak up on, well, to go to the corner wall and just try and look around it.
Okay.
She's going to try and be sneaky.
Okay.
And she is going to be 9 sneaky.
Okay. Yeah. You where did you start from? Were you just standing in the middle of the road still?
Yep.
Like stomping across. Okay. Were you all standing in the middle of the road?
Yeah, until
Okay.
I turned around and stomped back towards Boot.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. Snap. You see. You see an arched opening that was probably once a window. There are a series of these all along the front of the building. Some of them still have bits of glass in, but the one that you've picked doesn't seem to. And yeah, as you head on towards it, you get to the corner. You peek your head around, and you can see that inside this building, great efforts have clearly been made to move the debris to one side, to leave a large space at the back of the building. And there's large sort of arrays of racking that have been pushed towards the windows. If you want any more, you're going to have to argue something.
Can I see any further than just these racks? Is there
At a
any
casual
indication?
glance, without giving away anything, without giving away your position, not really, no.
I think she would look over and signal to the others.
Okay, I signal to get down and go closer. I'm going to order Sneak to sort of move up as well behind you.
Okay. So you all
Got behind
attempting
you.
stealth? Or was the initial scouting going to be stealthy and everyone else is just wandering up afterwards?
I'm hoping he's going to be stealthy.
Are there any like large piles of like noisy looking debris laying around, like piles of glass or anything like that?
There's a lot of broken glass.
Cool.
There's a sort of scattered rubble and broken glass and broken vehicles.
Cool. I'm going to turn to Boot and like, we can sneak, be quick, and then I'm going to hurl a stun brick into the glass to make a loud noise to cover the sound of us moving up.
Okay. Yeah. Just roll me a d12. Just roll a dice.
He's already botched.
3.
A 3. Yeah. You throw your stun brick. It arcs gloriously through the air and lands on the roof of the building. There's a thunk and like some rubble skitters around, but you've definitely lost that brick, and it didn't hit a window.
Okay. I'm going to start running as soon as I throw it anyway, because I'm going to make the most of this, like, huge distracting noise it's going to be making.
Yeah.
Right, through the window we go then.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Are you selecting a window without glass, or
Whichever the closest one is to us.
okay, whichever the closest is? Well, if you're joining Snack, the window that she was looking through has glass. Not a lot, but some.
Yeah, I think I'll run towards her. I'll run towards Snack and like jump through the window
Okay.
next to her.
Okay. Yeah. So
Possibly both trying to jump through at the same time.
Yeah.
Boot, what are you doing? Being arguably the brains of the operation.
Well, I'm just going to start sort of walking up quietly as I can to where they're going to smash their way through the windows, it seems.
Okay. So no one's going to look for a door. I love it.
No.
Or a broken window. Or
What
walk around the
roll in
back.
for?
Okay,
Excellent.
so then if we're going to do
No,
that.
no, it's up to you. I'm just saying.
Door.
It's too late. We're already going for the window.
It's good. Yeah. Right. So yeah. Sneaker
Holding
squad as one forms up by the window.
As one,
Yeah.
not just a mad like dash at the window.
No, forms up by the window. You know, in that way, you know, you get 3 people abreast who all go 1, 2, hooray! You know, because you're pissed up and you know, he's playing along. Yeah, and you crash noisily through a window, immediately into tall piles of racking that, you know, sort of buckle under your weight and crash over and make a hell of a lot of noise. So there's really no escape from this one. Oh, Jesus God. Okay. From inside, from deeper inside, you hear one voice, because I apparently still can't roll for shit. You hear one voice just like, "What the fuck was that?" And I was like,
Nothing.
yeah. One voice goes, "What the fuck was that?" with their crit for perception. Someone else goes, "I don't know. Maybe we should check it out." And yeah, and then Sneak loudly shouts, "Nothing!" And you
Can I
hear-
roll an intimidation check?
Yeah, roll general intimidation. This is going to be very difficult because you're just shouting it into an empty room.
I'm going to use my legendary point to assist.
Okay.
What's how much bonus is that? Is it +3?
Plus
+2. Hey, that gives me 3 plus whatever whatever my intimidation is, which I think is +4, so 7.
Excellent. You hear
roll
someone from much further in going, "Go on, check it out then."
These things that we've landed on,
Mm.
based upon the fact that we're a fair bit bigger, how bendable are they?
They basically collapse like Meccano under a steamroller. You know, these things have been left in the elements for about 8 decades.
Nice.
So, you know, they're not in the greatest shape. And as you crash through them, they basically just bend into useless rubbish. I mean, there are a lot of these. You don't land on all of them, but
So from the ones that I can access that we haven't landed on, Snack's going to pull off a couple of these panels and just kind of bend it round. Although they're not sort of shield, they'll give us a bit more
Cover.
ashing cover. Imagine it's sort of like a bendy long shield that we can see through and won't give us any protection at all, but it makes us look excellent. And she's also going to hand to Sneak.
So the panels, the panels on this racking is more in the way of like very thin sheets of stamped metal.
Yeah.
So it's like
absolutely.
white. It's like it's that horrible thin metal that people like enamel with like white plastic.
Yeah.
You know, in the manner of supermarket shelves everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can take it out. It's probably about as wide as your forearm. You could probably just like get your fingers in like the lip where like people clip the prices on things. Like, and hold it like that with it protecting the inside of your arm.
Just like
Yeah.
that. But we feel more protected. We're very drunk.
Yeah. Apparently you're drunk and just paranoid enough to think this is a really good idea. But yeah. So yeah, you nab a sheet of racking, or you nab a shelf, basically. This shelf is maybe 10 feet long. So it's a couple of feet taller than you. There's not an awful lot of space between it and the ceiling when you have to lift it over things on the floor and your feet. But, you know, it's there, you know.
In the manner of like small children, if we're holding it, no one can see us.
Yeah, if I can't see you, you can't see me. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Boot. Snack has attained some shielding. Sneak, you also see this. Does this look like a good idea to anyone else?
I think I'll kind of like, I'll take it and like hold it to one side so it's not in my way.
Excellent. You take the movable cover and then hold it so it's not in your way.
Yeah.
I love it. That's perfect. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you start to edge your way through this room with like two enormous, like flaky white shark's fins poking over the top of the lines of racking.
Around as well.
And you can hear from the other side of the room. Well, let's see. Oh, for God's sake! That's a botch and a 1. So you hear the guards on the other side of the room, or you assume guards, fuckwits, scavengers, who knows? On the other side of the room, say something to the tune of like, "No, you fucking go check it out. I'm not going in there. That sounded scary. I don't want to do that."
Should we just refer to them as victims?
I've remembered it's my turn to make the tea. Now I need to go and get water from the well. Yeah, and you hear someone leave.
Is the door which we can hear us something? Is the door closed or open, or
You can't even see the door. You're essentially the other side of a large supermarket sort of room.
like big open?
Yeah, you're essentially the other side of a large warehouse. Like these people might be in the offices upstairs, in the rooms at the back, in the stockyard. You don't know. All you know is you can hear them. But in a building like this with all the windows smashed out, loud sounds are a bit sort of hard to tell because noises in here echo around and noises outside come in and echo around.
Can I attempt to locate them from the sound of their voice?
You can give it a shot, but I will remind you your character is an idiot.
Yeah, but yeah, even feral animals can detect like the sound of where each person is.
Oh yeah, I just mean you might get distracted by a bright color or something.
It's entirely likely. That's rolled a 1. So,
yeah. You
That's the second time I've rolled a 1 in a row.
Yeah, you hunker down, like you put one hand on the ground to feel for vibrations. You close your one eye to close down, shut out visual stimulus that might distract you.
Especially and sideways into a shelf at that point.
Yeah, and as you do so, you close your eyes so tightly that it makes one of those like funny patterns on your where the pressure reads as light on your closed eye, and you go, "Ooh, what's that?" And you open your eye and try and look at it. And yeah, you hear yourself, and you see this. But as you are distractedly looking across the room, you spot what might be the doors into like a back stock area. But they're all the way over there, sort of thing. You've just, as your head turns sideways to follow like your floater in your eye, you spot it down the aisle. But yeah, that's you. This siren is still going on. Right, Lil. We rejoin you munching merrily on this poor person. You've eaten all the good bits of this prey. All that's left is a all that's left is the ugly bits, you know, and the lungs. They didn't taste so good. You know, so you've got an empty person laying there.
Most thoroughly looted ever.
Yeah. Yes. You're standing there. You still have that surgical tray in your right hand. You've just, you know, you've gone in face first and chewed this person empty.
Yep.
You know, their head is still intact in theory, apart from, you know, all the percussion. But yeah, you're pretty sure that we've got all the good eating. This noise is still going on. It's very annoying. You can hear people. You can hear prey panicking, clattering around outside. You know, the other side of the shutter. The shutter has a window in it. You know, you can see prey running past outside this window.
I head towards the thing I can see through and try and get out.
Okay, yeah. You So as you head up to this clear spot in this shutter, this obstacle, you catch sight of a face that sparks like a moment of like familiarity.
Mm-hmm.
You see the face of a woman, a very injured woman with blood on her face, who's missing her left eye, and has quite significant wounds on the left side of her face. Quite obvious, like cuts. Like it's been cut and peeled back. The left eye has been removed.
Mm-hmm.
And all you can think when you see this face, the only thing that comes to mind is anger. You are angry with this person.
I punch it where it looks like they are.
You punch the window where it looks like they are, and the reflection shatters.
You won.
You win.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the hated face is gone. Yeah. You do pick up some glass in your hand, but it doesn't hurt.
I ignore that.
Yeah.
Keep trying to get out.
You know, yeah. When you bend your hand, you can hear it crunch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just keep trying to get out.
Yeah. How are you going to flail against this door? What are you doing? When you hit it, it does flex.
Oh, I keep smacking it with the tray then. It's flexing.
Okay then. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a strength, or an on-CC, or whatever you want.
I rolled that. Okay, so that is a 6.
6. Okay. Yeah. You hit the door with the metal tray, and the tray bends. It bends quite badly. Basically, it bends almost all the way in half and like traps one of your fingers. And as you sort of shake to get it off, part of your finger falls off with it. Like there's a flash of pain for a moment, but as you watch, you see it start to scab over.
In that case, I ignore it and I kick at this door instead.
Excellent. Yeah. You start kicking the door. The more you kick it, the more your foot seems to fold over on itself. But the door starts to buckle outward, as it is. And you can feel and hear the bones of your feet crunching. But still, it doesn't seem to hurt.
Okay.
Part of you recognises that it should. A very small, scared part.
Just a reminder, steel toe cap boots.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, still kicking.
Yeah.
I want out. I want to
Sounds
stop
like
that
all the
annoying
ankles
noise.
holding back.
Yes. By the time the door has lifted off the floor far enough that you think you can probably crawl under it, your boot is almost flat.
Oh well. I try and crawl out.
Yeah. You so, give me a physical endurance.
That is 10.
Yeah. You force yourself through the gap under this door. It's not really as wide as you thought it was. You feel the buckling metal scrape across your back. And you can feel the dampness on your back. You're pulling skin off in bunches. Most of your clothes seem to be either cut open or shredded at this point, probably because you just scraped yourself under a broken metal door. And as you come out the other side, you see one of the prey creatures standing in the hallway outside, holding a black tube. And they're pointing one end of it in the air, and desperately ramming something down into it.
I run towards them and try and rugby tackle them to the ground.
Actually, give me a grapple.
That's a 12 on the dice.
Oh shit. Okay then. Yeah, that's 12 on the dice versus their 12 in total. So yeah, you slam into them. You slam into them damn hard. They hit the wall rather than the ground first, and you feel the pipe hit you on the back and just clatter off. And it's sort of, for a moment while you're sort of pushing them along, still driving forward, you feel it between your feet as it clatters across the floor. But yeah, you're definitely holding someone down. They've dropped their tube. What are you doing now? Completely at your mercy. You've just cracked them against a wall so hard they're stunned.
I'm still hungry, right?
Oh yeah, it's.
Oh, I start eating then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You bite into the first muscle mass that you can find. And a new sound drowns out the horrible wail. A far more agreeable sound to you. It's loud and it's screeching, but somehow it sounds right. Right. Back upstairs. The mechanical whirring screech is briefly replaced with a very biological, very urgent scream. What are you guys doing?
Well, the loud squealing, screeching noise is probably covering, making a lot of noise, which would make us a lot easier to be sneaking with. So I'm going to go and try and find the people making noise, using my portable cover to kind of partially obscure myself without obscuring my vision. So kind of holding it at a slight angle in front of me and trying to kind of walk forward, knocking it on bits of shelving and things as I go along.
Excellent. So yeah, you're clattering along. So what? Yeah, give me a stealth, a nice easy stealth. What's everyone else doing? Are you following? Are you also stealthing? Are you attempting to find people?
Yeah, I'm going to try and move stealthily towards the sound of that scream.
Okay.
doing the same thing.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Okay.
I'm looking for the voices I heard earlier rather than the scream I just heard, because when people scream like that, you usually don't need to worry about them anymore.
There's probably a good reason why they were screaming that way. So yeah, I'm going to try and find out what that was.
You go ahead and think that. Sneak's just like, one down.
I got 15 on the sneak.
Jesus. Okay. So yeah, Boot and Sneak. You sort of make your way down the aisle towards like the back wall. Yeah, and the rationale that seems to be sort of where the voices might come from. Right. That's where like the racks have been cleared. It seems like a fairly good shot. You lose Snack. Oh crap.
Oh no.
We've lost a Lil.
Lost her. She's gone.
We're all over the place.
Yes. Right. Well, we're gonna have to try and reacquire a Lil. So we shall cut to break for a moment.
Okay.
Sorry.
Be right back.
Hello. I think we're back. Studio mode's a bit of a dick, so I can never tell. Hey! Hello, people. We reattained our Lil, so everything's good. You were heading towards the back of the warehouse. You had lost Snack. Snack was not with you. Snack had discovered a better route and had sneakily, oh so very sneakily, decided to pursue the more optimal route to the goal. So, while Sneak and Boot are just crunching down the aisle, carrying a cock and great big shield, walking on like some kind of, discount industrial estate Jaws, Snack moves the shield crossbody and cuts across where one of the aisles, where you get the aisle break in the middle of a store.
Yeah.
He gets to there and just turns and walks to the point where everyone's cleared the aisles out. And gets to the clearing first, but not at the point in the building that you guys were going to. So yeah. So when you guys arrive at the back of the building, Snack is not there. Snack, you are standing currently at the other side of this clearing. You can see across the room the doors that lead into the back area. That presumably would be the warehouse or the stock area for a shop. But one thing you do see while you're here is stairs. Being that we've established that you can read, the sign says Ploitrance. It leads upstairs. Inside this door, all of a sudden it looks a lot shabbier. Just sort of, because it's not closed, the door. The inside of this area looks a lot shabbier. There's sort of piles of rotting crap that have clearly been there for many decades. Sort of plastic bottles that probably at some point held cleaning materials. Things like that. And there's a sort of grey box on the wall with a slash down one side that has like a keypad on it. It's inside. It's the other side of the door. But there you are. That's what you've discovered with your excellent sneaking.
Okay. Does she know where the others went?
You can probably hear us at this point, slumping along.
Yeah, you can look around. You can actually see them. Like they're standing, admiring these large warehouse doors, going like, I don't know how they're going. They haven't announced such, but they're looking at these large doors, probably with purpose.
Sneak is not impressed by the size of these doors.
Okay. In which case, she's going to go slightly up the stairs and kind of put her head out of the door, look over to the others and go, "Shh! Over here!"
Nod slowly and obviously. And try and find a quieter way to where you are.
I'm gonna nod, just be like, go shh, back, and walk across the room towards you.
Yeah. This sort of this like back. If we assume that you've entered sort of, if we can assume the building is basically rectangular and you've entered at the bottom left-hand corner, the warehouse doors are at the middle, at the top, and Snack has currently discovered this stairway, sort of in the middle of the right-hand side, but that corner, that quarter at the back, furthest away from the entrance place you've entered, is pretty clear. At some point, people have moved things through here, or at least hidden stuff here and left. So you can just walk across it. So you're all heading up the stairs?
If the Snack's already up there, I'll be going up to meet her.
I'm going to have a little look around and see if there's another way in the other doors that could lead in that sort of general direction or towards them.
As you look around, in the far corner, in the corner that's between your 2 points, there is what was probably a pair of double doors at one point that are just missing, and you can see out into a little yard with a wall around it. And the yard at some point was clearly used for storing things for this store, but mainly what you can see is just a pile of old mouldy like pallets. the old like plastic pallets that have been left outside for a very long time have gone all brittle and crap, collapsed in on each other. And like the boxes you get milk bottles in and things. But yeah, that's all you see.
So if I was to say poke my head out round the corner, I wouldn't see maybe another set of stairs going up or anything like that.
If you go to those doors and look out.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you say, you poke your head out that door and look up, look out. You see like a wide yard. It's not very deep, but it's quite wide. And it has what almost looks like docks on it.
Oh, okay.
They definitely look to be made of concrete. But it's weird. It looks a bit like jetties, sort of thing, you know. But there's nowhere for anything to tie up to it. It's very strange sort of way to lay a thing out.
There's a high watermark or anything either, does it? So it's quite strange.
Yeah.
I don't suppose the van we were looking for, well, I assume it's a van, or the bikes or anything around in the yard as well, are they? Someone just glance across the yard.
Give me a perception.
It's not too bad. That's comes an 11.
11. As you're looking around, you catch sight of the furrows on the ground, and they seem to lead to behind one of the piles of like mouldering rubbish. But you can definitely see one of the bikes that you followed into town, parked up against one of the walls.
Excellent.
And it looks like one of the wheel is busted. And
I wonder who did that.
It looks like whoever rode this here did so in a great hurry, not paying much attention to where they were going, and ended up knacking their bike. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, there's nothing else out here, but there's likely to be at least one of them in there, or maybe more of them. But yeah, I'm going to head up the stairs quietly.
Excellent. Yeah, you're all heading up the stairs. Right, Lil! This poor bugger has also received the chewing treatment, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And yeah, you're feeling absolutely fantastic, on top of the world, full of energy. But still, there's a horrible burning feeling of hunger in your gut. It feels good to have consumed, but it doesn't seem to be filling that hole. The horrible wailing noise is still going. You can hear loud noises from down. It seems from under you. And there's clangs and crunches. And you hear it, even over the siren, you hear a sound like gas escaping. Sort of a shh. And as you notice that and sort of look around, you notice two of the prey creatures hiding under a table, like quivering. They've done their best to barricade themselves in, they've pulled the table over and they've pulled chairs in underneath. They've turned them on the sides and pulled them in. And they also seem to have some of these black pipes. More pipes than people, it seems, actually poking out from underneath this table.
I head towards the table and try and turn it over to get these annoying,
Delicious soft
tasty morsels.
squishies.
Yeah.
The annoying soft squishies. Yeah. As you head over to the table, the noise, like the horrible, like whirring siren-y noise, gets louder, and you can see that on top of this table is this big, boxy unit that has sort of it has sort of a horn sticking out the top of it. A sort of yeah. Only like a cone sticking out of it, like an open end. It tapers towards the unit, the main box. And you can see there's something like spinning, right, an exposed surface spinning. And it seems to be operating some kind of mechanical basis that's far beyond comprehension at this moment. But the closer you get to it, the louder the noise gets, the more annoying it is.
I start shaking my head to try and get the noise away and grab this thing and chuck it across the room.
Excellent. Give me a strength.
Ten.
Ooh. Yeah. This thing flies across the room. It flies across the room and it vanishes through a hole in the wall. And then goes crunch. The noise. It doesn't immediately die, but it starts to wind down. I think it's probably the best way to say it. It starts sort of descending through a scale until it kind of sounds like one of those child's toys with the moo noise. And as it starts to wind down, the noise stops being constant and becomes a little more intermittent. Unpredictable intervals. It will just be like a sad mooing noise when the mechanism musters up enough strength to turn. But yeah, you've smashed this thing. The people under the table. Right, let's give them a chance. One of them makes that annoying mewling noise. The other points one of the pipes at you, and it goes bang. It's a horrible noise, especially in an enclosed space like this. And you feel sudden heat and pressure in one of your legs. And you take 9 points of damage.
Remind me how armor works.
Essentially the same as endurance, but if the incoming damage is lower than your armor value, you just ignore it completely.
Cool.
But you always take 1 damage if it beats your armor. Yeah.
So I take 6 damage?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And, yeah. That's that. Right. Cut back downstairs. The constant, like, horrible whirring siren noise that you hear, suddenly goes crunch and starts sort of descend through scales into sort of a distressed bleat. Snack, as you're ascending the stairs, a box with a sort of cone sticking out of it tumbles down the stairs past you. Occasionally it goes Wah.
Am I next to Sneak or am I further away?
You're both a little further down the stairs. You're heading up at a decent rate, but she was there first. So yeah, you're heading up the stairs. What are you guys doing? This box flies into your field of view, goes and scat and crashes down the stairs.
Smack it.
You hit. What do you hit it with?
My greased pole.
You hit it with your pole. Okay. Do you attempt to spear it, or are you trying to thwack it?
I'm basically trying to like just splat it against the ground because that'll stop it moving. So
Okay.
it works with rabbits, scuzzles.
Fair enough.
That was an 8 plus my arm CC, which is 4, so 12.
Okay. Yeah. You swing your 10 foot. I think it's like 10 foot long. I think we established at one point.
Something like that. It's quite long.
It was ridiculous. Yeah. You swing this pole that's easily as tall as you are, and a bit
Taller. I'm 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
So
Oh god, it's yeah. You swing this pole that's easily a pole arm even for you, in this enclosed space in a stairwell in a building designed for humans, and it like clangs off the wall behind you, and then it thuds against the ceiling above you, and then it pings off of the railing next to you, and then it crashes into the stairs above you, and then you finally hit the box you were aiming at with the other end.
Job
Go,
done.
"Roar!" Bam! Then just like a pommel strike.
I stopped the box though.
Yeah, the box stops. You smash the box to hell. The noise completely stops at this point. And you hear a gunshot from upstairs.
This is normally the point where like the sneaking has ended, like when
Yep.
the gunshots start. So
Yep.
I'm just going to start walking up the stairs like at the less sneaky pace of probably jogging at this point.
Excellent.
I think Snack is going to unholster her chainsaw.
I'm going to just shout go at this point. Grab the
Solid.
Pudge up the stairs quickly.
Excellent.
Shouting in.
Right. You smash up to the top of the stairs and you see a table that's been barricaded, oh, fuck it. What's happened in the meantime? Lilth, what have you done in the meantime? The gunshot's just gone off, it's hit you in the thigh, it's hurt a little. What have you done in retaliation?
I would have reached out, grabbed hold of the metal pipe, and yanked.
Excellent. Give me a grapple.
2 seconds to do something out quickly. Get back. Or not. Good. Do I? I'm still here. Got to move something.
So 5.
5? Total? Really?
Mm,
How'd you manage that? Shit.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, there we are. Yeah, you grab this. No, okay, let's play this one for comedy. Yeah, you dive forward and you go to grab this thing with your left hand, and you just sort of slap it with your left elbow. The gun gets knocked to one side, but the person attached to the other end of it manages to hold on. But their forearms are now like through the barricade, holding onto this gun.
I grab them then.
Okay, yeah. You're grabbing them and starting to pull. Right, everyone else comes up the stairs, and you can see a disastrously wounded individual. They're missing half of one of their arms. One side of their head is a complete bloody ruin. They're caked in blood. Wrestling with a human holding a gun who's trying to hide under a table. What are you doing?
I'll turn to Boot and like weigh a stun brick in my hand. Sleepy time.
This incredibly wounded individual, how far away from us are they?
probably about 10, 15 feet. You know, a distance you could cross in almost no time if you actually put your mind to it.
Okay, in which case I'm just going to stride forward with my free hands, pick them up by the back of the neck like a small thing. Or try to.
Okay, yes.
This is going to be an opposed grapple.
Yep, this is definitely an opposed grapple. We actually get a PvP opposed grapple. This is probably something I should have thought of ahead of time. Decent PvP combat rules.
Okay, I just botched,
Oh. Okay.
but I do have 2 legendary points,
You do.
and I think it will be incredibly funny
Mhm.
if this petite woman takes out a hulking great post-gen.
Excellent. So you're burning both for a request. What do you
Mhm.
request?
I request that I feel this hand reaching for my neck, grab it with my right hand that's there, kind of pull down, head back, smack into his head because I've pulled him down far enough, and he passes out. Or I grab it, spin round, knee to crotch.
I thought you were going to take a chunk out of his hand or something.
I was considering that as well. That's the option 3.
Well, I would say imposing a player's instant KO would be a little much.
Mm.
But yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yes, you Boot, you go over, you grab this small wounded individual by the back of the neck. You lift them from the floor. Everything is coming up rosy for you. This seems like the perfect situation. When they tense in your hand, and their body turns far too far around.
Slight crunching sound, I
Yeah,
suppose.
the head stays still and the body turns altogether too far around. The neck starts to feel sort of looser and crunchier. And you receive an almighty kick in the crotch region. Fortunately, being a post-gen, you don't actually have a lot of sensation in your crotch region, but it is still the intersection of your legs. And, you know, there are some residual human nerve systems there. So, I think we can, I don't think you'd be too upset
Did
if
we
we
take the save or something?
Well, we'll come to that. I don't think you'd be too upset if we said, we'll all roll a d4. Everybody, come on.
Go on, everybody. Let's get those D4s out.
4.
4.
2.
2. Up to 8. Sorry, 12.
Yep.
3.
15.
15 crotch damage.
Oh.
Shattered pelvis time.
You've got to consider that this is a kick from a steel toe-cap boot that's been crushed into a sharp wedge by repeated kicks against a metal door.
Oh.
You've essentially been kicked in the crotch with an axe.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much at like 1 HP at this point.
Woohoo! Shit.
But you do take your endurance off it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad then.
Yeah.
And if you have any armor, I don't think I do. But...
No, most people don't. Yeah. So yeah, what's
Well, shelf?
yeah? What's your immediate reaction to being kicked in the crotch almost to death?
Well, I
Like
was
this
gonna
foot
try
enters your body.
I'm just going to chuck them at the person hiding under the desk. I was going to try and split them up and see if we could sort something out. But no, you can deal with them over there. Over you go.
Excellent. Excellent. I'd say that would be another grapple. That's another grapple roll.
You know what?
7.
I think I've got 14.
Yes. Yep, you definitely have the better of this grapple now. You know, look, you fucking... Yeah. You throw the offending article as hard as you can towards the table. So yeah, oh god, how will we work this one?
So how's the table actually tipped over? Is it with like, the legs facing us, or
no,
the legs?
the legs are down. They've pushed a table against the wall
Hmm.
and pulled things into where the legs are, and they're hiding under it.
Oh, I was hoping to just crush them against the wall, but never mind.
To be fair, if you throw someone hard enough on top of the table, you might get like a WrestleMania moment where it collapses.
Maybe maybe later on we'll see.
Well, no, you've literally just thrown someone. How are you throwing them? Are you throwing them at the people or onto the table?
Well, it'll be more damaging for the person I'm throwing. So yeah, on top of the table as hard as I can.
Excellent.
I'm just giving you what you said.
Yes.
A rudimentary axe to the crotch. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be down.
Yes. You improvise some sort of choke slam onto a table in the finest traditions of wrestling. Right, I'm going to have to improvise some kind of roll for a table. Okay.
Endurance for that table.
Endurance table, I don't know.
Yeah, endurance table, basically. Oof, that's not actually too bad.
Oh, go on. Can I use? Can I bear my? I've got legendary points. I might as well use them up and just destroy the table for
Okay,
this.
yeah. If you want,
Why not?
Are you just gonna hose them on kill table?
Oh, no, I'll save them for later.
Okay. Well, yeah. You had a 14, and the table rolled a 9 to resist this. So yeah, the table just collapses. The people underneath are like, they're not hurt so much as trapped. Like there's pain involved, but more in the way of like, you know, when you hold someone's wrists too tight to stop them running away, sort of thing. Like they are trapped and in pain, but they're not injured. I think we could argue a D10 damage at the very least for this.
Sweet. To what? Everyone?
No.
Ooh.
Plus your strength and your grapple. Oh, yeah, it would be grapple because you've
Sure.
literally thrown. So yeah.
So that's plus my strength and my dice roll.
And grapple if you've got anything in it.
Yes, I specifically put 2 points in grapple for just this
Yeah.
occasion.
Yep. So what's your total?
This isn't good. This isn't good for all concerned. I rolled a 10.
Oh.
Have a strength of 40 something. 42.
Yeah. So 16?
16 damage. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, Lil, you hit the table for 16 damage. You bounce off. You hear cracking. What are you doing? Hit the table. Table's collapsed under you. Bones are cracking and creaking. Yeah. This enormous idiot just threw you very, very hard.
I am grabbing a chair and hitting him.
Excellent. Yep. CC. All right. Snack and Sneek. This has all taken place in like 4.5 seconds.
I'm just so I'm guessing like this woman who just delivered this huge kick to Boot's nuts. It's just a normal human woman, just like
this is it's a humanoid.
But not.
They
like
look like no, it's definitely not a post-gen.
Yeah.
They look disastrously wounded. Like large chunks of flesh are missing.
Yeah.
You know, as I said, they're missing an eye. They're missing an arm. Like most of their exposed skin is scarred or burned.
Okay.
You know,
Seeing this like poor wretched excuse for a like damaged human just kicking Boot square in the nuts is probably going to make me like burst out laughing and possibly fall to the floor. So I'm probably going to spend my my next round recovering myself from this hilarity and allowing Boot to deal with it, because there's a broken woman that looks like she's basically been used for lunch by someone and managed to sneak off the pole and run away when they weren't paying attention. So I'm like, well, what?
Okay.
That was a 14 to hit with the chair.
Ooh. Dirty. Right. Yeah. So
It's
yeah.
really it's turning into
That's
WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
In the chair.
It's definitely a hit. So you roll up your d6.
Oh, damn it. That's a 1.
Yeah. So total is.
Total is a good question. It's add-on. Trying to remember how it works.
Total of on CC.
Should include his
On CC and strength.
So that's a 5 plus. I have punishing modifier.
That's only with your hands.
Oh, so only with my hands?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
5
4
damage. Yeah.
5 damage. Yeah.
5
Nice.
glorious damages.
minus whatever your endurance is.
Yeah.
I assume it's like 40 or something.
No, just point shy, 39.
Ah, okay.
Still, oof,
So 2 glorious damage. How you feeling?
not good. Not looking good.
Excellent.
Drink that beer quick.
Good point. Yeah. Snack.
Ooh, drinking a beer for you.
Right.
Sneak's just fallen on his knees, laughing his ass off. Boot's just getting his ass handed to him. And this table has just been destroyed. The people hiding under it are being crushed. You've unslung your chainsaw.
I have unslung my chainsaw.
God.
And she is going to go for the arm that is still functional on this thing and see if we can even up the odds a bit.
Excellent. Okay.
And hope it's
Find your legs
extra.
It's but a flesh wound.
It is but a flesh wound.
Right. Let's do this. Oh, yes. Just going to crit.
Excellent. Well, yeah, a crit has definitely hit the arm. How much damage are you doing, though?
We are doing 3 plus 9.
Okay. So yes, Lil, yeah, you thwack Boot with the chair. You bring the chair like around for like the backstroke to go and like do the return around the face. When this other hulking prey, oh god, they smell bad, all musty. Steps in with what to you just looks like a very confusing assemblage of pipes and moving parts, which starts screaming and then hits you in the arm and rips it off from above the elbow, just below the shoulder. You are now truly armless.
I think once the arm comes off, Snack is just going to kind of look square on, like proper hard stare. Stop hitting Boot.
And as it was a crit, it will count as 18 damage.
Fuck.
Yeah. Down.
Down?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. By how much?
Why you took perks for this?
Has been shot smashed against the table and then attacked with a chainsaw. I mean, like, Boot
Oh,
must
yeah,
be down for being kicked once in the cross.
Down by how much?
That's what I'm just working out.
Okay.
I'm surprised she's lasted this long.
Down by 2.
Mhm.
What's your current endurance modifier?
Current endurance is 4.
Excellent. So yeah, this horribly mutilated figure of a person finally falls. With Snack shouting at it, "No hit, Boot!" The eyes the eye rolls up, and this horribly mutilated figure falls to the floor finally, and lays there unmoving. One of the people under the table, let's see. Okay. One of the people under the table managed to wriggle free while you're doing all this, and they make a break for it towards the stairs, and they're carrying a box. It's maybe about this long, about the length of a thigh, or a forearm maybe. It's a sort of a shiny silver box with a handle on it.
Can I attempt to grab them as they go past me towards the stairs?
Yeah. You can give it a shot.
I didn't move the stairs, so it's to be.
Yeah, they duck past the chainsaw wheel and run for the stairs.
11.
Okay, yeah.
Grapple.
No. 4. So yeah, you they make it about 8 steps. Like, they get to the doorway to the stairs, and you just reach out, and you reach out and encircle their head with one hand. It's like, no. Yeah, this person is entirely at your mercy. What do you do?
Pay the toll and shake their head.
Oh god. Okay, yeah, you shake them like a terrier. Ooh, yeah. There is a rather disconcerting, grinding feeling between your fingertips. But they're not dead, but they don't seem to have enjoyed that much.
Did they drop the box?
Oh yeah. They drop the box. They drop the contents of their bladder. They drop to the floor if you'd let them.
No, I was like, seeing they've dropped the box for me. Thank you, and just throw them down the stairs.
God, you throw them down the stairs. Oh god.
He paid the toll. He's free to go.
Okay, yeah, you throw him down the stairs. You throw this poor person down the stairs. They managed, after the first 3 steps they hit, they managed to get their feet under them. And they managed to by the time they get to the bottom of the stairs, they're standing. After crawling a bit, slithering. You hear them saying bugger the money. No one pays well enough for this. Fuck the Enders. He shrugs out his jacket and throws it on the floor. Runs off. But yeah, you are left with a shiny box, a trapped individual, and a corpse-like figure laying very, very still on the floor.
And the contents of the dude's bladder.
Yeah, the contents of the dude's bladder, if that was what you were looking for.
No, the shiny box will do. You can keep the change. I pick up the shiny box and walk over to Boot. Got the tribute.
I'm just going to take this box and have a look at it, see if there's a way to get it open.
Yeah, there's quite clearly like 2 catches at either end, sort of thing. Well, there's 1 catch at either end. There are 2 catches.
Ping those open.
Yep.
Let's have a look.
You ping them open, and there's like a. As you open it, there's like a mist of condensing like moisture from the air. Clearly, the inside of this box is cooled in some way. As you open it, like a cool pack falls out. Oh shit! Maybe you didn't open it the right way up. And a cool pack falls out, followed by an arm. The arm has been severed just below the elbow, and clearly someone has gone to some lengths to try and remove what looks like a black mesh, like a black plastic mesh glove. Like it's been like they cut it with scissors, like halfway down, and tried to peel it off, and it's clearly got like lots of little wires that are digging into the skin. It's almost like when you rip up a plant, you see all the crazy ass little roots. Yeah. That's what you see inside there.
I just hear lunchbox.
Unusual. Someone's obviously gone to great lengths to. No, I've got to dials back a bit, haven't I? Well, I'm going to think it's unusual. I mean, someone obviously thinks it's worth something, and they've tried to keep it old. So, yeah, might be worth something as tribute. So I'm going to put it all back in the box and seal it up.
Okay. As you pick up the arm and the cool pack, you notice that also in there is a vial that's like been pushed into the foam of the lining that's got an eye in it. And the eye has like a milky coating over the front that's got tendrils that extend around the back, like silvery tendrils that are that sort of wind around the nerve at the back. It's all a very strange thing to find.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that before. Would I have seen anything like this before?
Oh god, no. I mean, you've seen lab gear.
We saw that
you were made in a lab, but
remember we found that bucket with that head in it.
No, I missed that one completely.
Yeah, but that's that. That's what you find. That is that was the end of Blossom, who was brutally experimented on and then murdered by you.
Was that the end of Blossom, though?
Yes, very much so. And having just glanced at the time, that's also all we have time for. So that was Brutality.
Snack is going to leave a little tribute to Blossom in the chat.
So yes, there we are. That was us. That was Monday Nights Get Nuked. I was thirsty. I was the world. I was desperately trying to not mention that it was Blossom. So it became very obvious. I had to say it. And hopefully all of this will make sense when we start the next campaign.
When will that be, Thirsty?
Very soon. Very, very soon. If I get my goddamn way.
Well, I can't wait.
Week.
That soon. Excellent.
Yes. So yeah, there we are. That was that. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
I felt I probably could have done it a bit better. But hey. So we shall do the normal wrap up, which I can never remember because immerse myself in trying desperately to make up bullshit because I don't plan enough. So we shall do the way we can find people stuff. So you can find me on Twitter at thirsty_BTP. You can find me on bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk. You can find me here on Mondays and maybe other days when we get around to doing those things. And if you really look hard enough, you can find me in a copy of my local newspaper from a small town in East Sussex about 20 years ago, and I wore full Roman armour.
You won't say which town, though.
Oh, God, no. You'll have to find out. I've only told you a county. So, yeah, that's where you can find me. Yeah. So, yeah. That's me. We shall jump to brass.
Hey, here I am. Hello, I'm Brass. I'm pretty much here pretty much here, to be honest. Might see more of me in the coming weeks. We'll see what happens. That's about it. It's been good fun. Enjoyed playing today. Nice and brutal. Short and brutal, in fact. Very good. Yeah, that's me.
Excellent. Who do you think should go next?
Well, let's pass it on to Lilth there. It's a tribute to Blossom. I can get my words around things.
So, I'm Lilth. I was a very, very angry, very, very hungry Blossom who had reverted back to zombie-like behaviour because that's what rotters do when they die and get left in piles of things and eaten and having their arms cut off and their eyes pulled out and
when rotters get rendered unconscious by the pain of their injuries, they go feral.
Yeah. Who knew? That was incredibly fun to play.
It did sound like a lot of fun.
It was so much fun. You can find me on Twitter occasionally at Purple Beholder. You can find me on Twitch this Saturday playing what is probably going to be the last in this little archy thing that I'm doing with the guys from Corpses and Curios, with the spectacular crossover between our masks and our capers characters, which has been brilliant fun, apart from the fact I have to get up at 1 a.m. to play. Yeah, so that's on Kit Battlebeard channel on Twitch at 1 a.m. GMT because time zones.
Hooray, time zones.
Woo. And on a Monday night when the internet gods and the hotel gods and the stomach gods are smiling on me.
Yes. Well, to be fair, we're all we all fall prey to the internet gods, and I know all about the goddamn stomach gods. So yeah, there we are. So who do you think should go next?
Let's go with Grim.
Cool. Yeah, I'm Grim, also known as Tech Puppet, and I was playing Sneak today, which was really good fun. I do like playing big, stupid guys, and it's always amusing to see what kind of crazy things you can get up to with them. And seeing Boot be kicked in the nuts for 14 damage was hilarious, and shaking poor terrified scientists by the head and throwing them down the stairs was also fun. You can basically find me on Discord at the Bloodthirsty Puppets Discord, which is on Thirsty's Twitter profile if you don't know where that is. Also our website, which is bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk. You can find more details about what we get up to there, and hopefully some more upcoming games.
Excellent. And now, last but by no means least, because it would be a little redundant asking you who would go next. Me. No, Spanners.
Oh, I'm Spanners. That was so much fun. I also like playing big dumb idiots, because they just sort of squeeze people's pain points. It's going to be a real change for the next character. So good things to come. Yes, you can find me also on bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk. You can find me in Discord. You can also find me on Twitter regularly, and prolifically at spanners_BTP, where you can keep up to date on my NaNoWriMo progress this month.
Excellent. And so, there we are. We come, alas, to the closing of our time once again, wildly over where we should have finished. But hey, what's rolling dice for other than, wildly running over time and causing people to stay up to incredibly late points in the night. Anyway, drink up, folks. Have a good one. And cheerio.
Cheerio.
Oh. My God. One day we will play a game where I don't have to switch between 3 or 4 groups. I believe I wrote an article on this once called Group Expertise and why people should branch off on their own. Now I'm for fuck's sake, why doesn't anyone ever stick together?
I like it. It's nice having stuff play out where you can't intervene and you can't go, you know what, I'm gonna start burning legendary points and I'll run in there, or I'm gonna do something to no, you can't. You just gotta let it play out and sort of work little bits of it into what you're gonna do. You can't I don't know, I really like that. It's good fun. Yeah. It's nice to be sitting quite next to someone else sort of take lead and do their thing.
I like the fact you completely hid Blossom. It was just that sort of opening thing of it's a zombie. Oh God, it's a zombie. Oh God, she's eating people.
Yeah, that was just.
I was hungry. It was meat.
Yeah,
it was brilliant. It worked so well.
Yeah. Well, we at some point we had to spell out the difference between glowers and rotters. Otherwise, killing them in swarms is just wrong and bad and nasty.
Yeah.
So yeah, glowers are fundamentally horrible. They're a terrible, tragic thing that happens to perfectly nice people. It drives them insane and makes them psychopathic monsters.
Who destroy tech?
Who destroy tech?
Yeah.
What monsters?
Yeah. I mean, Blossom would never forgive anyone for that.
No. And she yeeted it out the room.
Yes. Yeah.
That was really funny. It was the bit when Sneek just thank you.
Yeah, that was
mental image of just saying thank you to someone whose skull you just crushed.
Oh.
That just sort of sums up post-gens, really.
Yeah. Yes.
It could definitely call back to my days of playing my Ogren.
Yeah. Oh God. Grox the Ogre.
I wish I'd actually if I was going to do this guy again, I would have played him intelligent and just talk normally. Just the hell of just being a straight man amongst this gaggle of angry toddlers.
Yes. Yes. It's very much the angry toddler effect.
Yeah. Well, that's what Pip did. She was stupidly posh, but massively stupid.
Yes. Stupidly posh or poshly stupid?
Poshly stupid. She made a lot of posh noise.
Oh. Yeah. But yes. That's well, yeah. Thank you all of you for playing once again, making time in your busy lives, because everyone's lives have been busy recently.
Thank you for running.
Yeah,
It's been fun.
Thanks for playing, and shall see most of you next time.
Yeah.
So yeah, cheerio, and thank you very, very much.
Bye.